Welcome to Garbage and Gold, the podcast where two friends share the worst and the best about everything.
Sometimes there's fights, sometimes there's agreement, and always there's plenty of snark. I'm your host, Lindsey.
I'm your other host, Lisa. If you want opinions, you've come to the right girls.
We've been sharing our opinions with each other for over 10 years, and now we want to hear your opinions too. We'll tell you more about sharing those at the end of the show.
So you guys, get cozy, settle in for some passionate, silly deliberation. Okay, Lindsay, hit us with that recap of gas station food.
Ooh, well, poll results are in, Lisa, and it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one.
Okay, I'm having a hard time reading your facial expressions.
Good. I did that on purpose. Okay, so in the voting for garbage, and if you have forgotten, my gas station food garbage was pork rinds, and your gas station garbage food was Slim Jims.
Correct.
We actually tied.
What?
We did. We tied.
That's
people have
unsatisfying.
learned their lesson after last week when people were like, oh, if I would have voted, Lindsay would have won. Yeah, that's right. The Lindsay army is coming for you.
That's devastating because I feel like I know how gold's going to swing.
Do you? And
yeah, I might.
In the gold showdown of donuts versus pickled green beans.
Yeah.
In a shocking move, I almost swept you.
I know, I saw one vote for me. I was
you had two.
I did not get swept. I got two.
You had
whoop.
two.
Whoop, whoop.
But there were two, count them two, penalty points against you for your ideas about broccoli. So either that means I then won.
No.
So I probably won garbage on my own if we apply those penalty points to this thing. So probably the tie is gone and I won both. Thank you. God bless America.
Absolutely not how that works. I feel like there were a lot of people that weighed in on the broccoli thing, which I'm very happy about.
One person did call you a monster.
Yeah, they did. I think more than one, actually.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah,
it was not a popular opinion.
I could stand by it. I'm not going to eat a floret. You can't make me. I live my own life and I make my own choices.
Well, I'm not going to eat a stem.
Well, then what a good match we are. Why are we fighting?
I know. We should eat broccoli together. I did love the people who were sending the gifs of like the rodent eating the broccoli upside down. You did clarify off air that you don't eat the big thick stems.
Correct. Like the huge
trunk part.
Yeah, no, that part is gone. Yeah. No, I don't eat that.
But I will tell you, in my real life, when I was like, talking to people about it and being like, and then Lisa said she doesn't eat the florets, she eats the stems, people would like physically react to it, similar to how I did of like, what? And like your brain stops working because you're trying to figure out what that is and who this person is. Yep, I felt that. I felt all of it.
Well,
that is the showdown, the rundown. So on my little whiteboard tally.
Yeah, Lindsay's not using garbage this week. She's using her whiteboard and a Post-it note.
I did. So we are now all-time tied for poll wins.
Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I love it so much.
Yeah, we're tied.
I love it.
Let's hit the whiteboard against the microphone. Professional.
Super profesh. That's how you know it's real. All right, so now we're going to choose our winner from the list of people who have rated, reviewed, and subscribed to the podcast. Choosing a winner from our subscribers 1 to 11. Again, I took out the people that have won, so they have been removed. So that would be Abby and Cole. So the random number generator between 1 and 11 is number 8. And number 8 is Jackie. Yay, Jackie.
Yay, Jackie.
I gotta find out what her username is. Jackie, fun fact, everybody, she's the one who designed our logo.
Mm-hmm. We love Jackie.
Yes, and helped get our website set up and all that stuff. She's amazing. All right, username is @JaxOlson. So thank you, Jackie, for rating, reviewing, and subscribing. And we will get you the sweet Garbage Gold merch. And reminder to everybody else, we'll be doing this through March. So if you missed out, it's okay. We'll get you next time, maybe. You just keep doing that.
Absolutely.
Okay, so now we are ready for listener comments. Would you like to go, since I've been doing a lot of talking?
I think everyone would like me to go, since you've been doing a lot of talking. if I'm honest. Just kidding.
Great.
So I didn't have any like specific listener comments. I will tell you probably the most exciting thing is Casey's General Store, which I did go on record saying that Casey's Pizza is the best gas station food, but I was trying to be less regional specific. Right. Anyway, they did make a comment to someone's tweet at us about donuts. And so Casey's, I love you. I love you, Casey's. I love you so much. I love your donuts. I love your pizza. It's a whole thing. So thanks, Casey's, for being part of it. Being a part of this. And then my in real life friend, Justin, at Justin Halbersma is his Twitter handle, did say that the whole gas station food episode was garbage because he was looking forward to great descriptions of food found on the rollers, and we just did snacks.
Yeah, it's true. That is true.
And he's the one who called you a monster.
Yeah, one of them. Yep.
Anyway, so yes, I do think we kind of missed something in there. I don't ever eat okay, I take that back. I don't ever enjoy eating the stuff that's on. I never eat anything off the roller, but like a gas station burger. I mean, did I do a road trip with my mom once and that's all we ate for 3 days? Yeah, that is real.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was just easier. No, they're not my fave. Not when I can have a donut. All right, what about you? Do you have some favorite listener comments?
I do, actually. I've got a handful here. 2 different people told me this week, separately, which is very odd, that their gold was corn nuts.
Ooh.
Right. And I was like, no.
Did I say in the episode that corn nuts were my runner-up for garbage?
I don't remember if you did or not, but I know that we talked about it because the sound, the smell, it's honest to God like you're eating gravel that's been coated in an expired ranch packet. And also the smell. My God. 2 different people told me that. So anyway, you're wrong. I'm calling you out to tell you that you're wrong. Great. All right. Next one is mwisted93 on Instagram said she loved our energies last week. Buckle up because it's amping up a little bit. And so it's not going to be all shrill disagreement. I do want to clarify that, but it is becoming a little bit more of a thing that's happening as we go on.
Just you wait.
Next, Ken Banny. Okay, she referred to the broccoli tops as frou-frous, and it was the best thing I think I've ever read. But, like, she just was like, oh, I eat the frou-frous, and I had to stop and be like, I've never heard them called that before. I don't think that is a thing. But, yeah, calling them frou-frous.
But it is now.
It is. It's super cute, and I love it. And finally, last one. Region Free Gamers on Twitter sent a screen grab of the Slim Jim unlockable character in the Dave Mirra Freestyle BMX game. So, like, you could unlock Slim Jim Man as, like, a playable character. The 90s were a weird time. But it was so wonderful because Slim Jim, man. It was a thing. Thank you to Region Free Gamers for that as well. That was really funny. I appreciate it very much. All right, so this week, you guys, we are talking about first dates. The garbage and gold of first dates. Lindsey and I pretty much agree that first dates are always garbage, like on the whole. So this will be a fun one. I'm excited. Lindsey is lukewarm to it, we found out. So.
Right before we hit record, Lisa's like, I'm so excited about this. I'm like, I'm glad you are. I'm not.
It's going to be a good one.
I think I'm starting off on the back foot here a little bit. So I apologize. I apologize in advance if it gets real snarky.
Here's a little information from my quote-unquote research of first dates this week. First dates, and for people like me who are introverted, meeting people in general is just like categorically the worst. I hate it so much. You're trying to put so much about who you are out there and find out who they are at the same time, but also trying not to be weird. So if you're like me, you're trying to hold back a little bit of who you are because going full deep end with Lisa is like terrifying. And I know that about myself. So when I meet someone new, I have to like pick and choose of what is appropriate to share for the first time I'm meeting someone. You know, do I show them my Zelda tattoo? Do I tell them how much I love dragons? Probably not great conversation starters. And it's really hard for me. So Lindsey, however, is an extrovert and she loves being around people. I'm an introvert and I love being on my couch. So Both of us agree, however, first dates are garbage on the whole. And so since this is my research segment, I felt like I had to do something besides just tell you guys first dates are garbage, because you know that already. I did a Google search of first date statistics.
I don't think I want to know.
Oh my gosh. I tapped into a level 5 dumpster fire. It was so nuts. So here are some general, I use this term very loosely, statistics I found from a couple websites that sound
From
super
reputable
legit.
statistic
Yeah, absolutely.
places.
Thoughtcatalog.com and Zoosk.com. And I guess Zoosk is a dating site. I don't know. Okay. Here are some of the statistics I found. Contrary to what you might expect, big cities are actually worse for meeting someone. Specifically, Los Angeles, New York, and Miami are bad for meeting people. So,
Interesting.
ladies. Yeah, it went gender specific, which you know how that makes us feel probably at this point in our podcast. Oh, it gets better because it's ladies if he hasn't called you. Right, so there's a lot of assumptions happening. If he hasn't called you within 24 hours after a date, then there's only a 12% chance he ever will. Yeah, so that's a thing that I found on a statistic website. Oh, gosh. Okay, according to messaging data from the online dating site Zoosk, women in their 20s and 30s use the word dinner most often when describing their ideal date, and then women's between 30 and 50 list coffee most often. Also, these last two, the name of the website is howtogettheguy.com.
I know it's bookmarked. I'm on it every day.
It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. I'm going to put it in the show notes because it's that bad and I want people to experience this.
I do feel like because my mom will listen, I'm not on that website every day. Like, that was a joke, Mom. It was a joke.
So here are the two stats I got from howtogettheguy.com. 71% of people surveyed said they believe in love at first sight.
Those people are idiots.
Yeah, they are dumb. The survey was at topdatingtips.com. The other statistic is if you've had a first date set up by a friend, there is only a 17% chance of a second date.
That surprises me.
I know. I
mean,
don't think it's real.
How do you think stats from howtogettheguy.com are not reputable?
Right. Well, here's the other thing. It's very reputable because the person who runs this website, his name is Matthew, and you can sign up for Matthew's newsletter, and he will tell you the exact steps, and I quote, to finding, attracting, and keeping your ideal guy. Isn't that so thoughtful?
Really,
Yeah, because it's all your responsibility. Yep. This will include steps like how to tell if a guy actually likes you, ways to attract guys without risking rejection, the little known rule that gets a guy to notice you instantly. This is like every terrible magazine article that's ever happened in the whole world.
And I kind of want to read them.
Well, you can subscribe to his newsletter. I did not.
No.
Three
Three
surefire ways to get him to commit. Again, that responsibility is on you. It's not his responsibility. That's on you. And much more simple, easy to follow advice that works. So like I said, I tapped into this dumpster fire on the internet and I couldn't stop. And I was laughing so hard. It's so ridiculous. With this beautiful bouquet of dumpster fire to light our path, Lindsay.
Right.
What is your garbage of first dates?
My garbage first date is group blind dates.
Just the way you say that even is just like dripping with like disdain.
I have been on two, and we will get to that in a little bit.
Oh
but
my gosh. Okay.
I still have
I'll be
nightmares
patient.
about them. So while blind dates are notoriously terrible, nothing can be worse than doing a blind date as a group.
Yeah.
The reason that blind dates are terrible is that you are so dang awkward. Like, you just feel awkward, and you don't know what you're walking into. You have no idea who this person really is.
Yeah.
And so if you are a human with feelings and with appropriate stress responses, you're nervous.
You are sweating. You have pit stains to your navel.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
totally.
yes. And I have never seen a blind date that does not like at least start out awkward. Like, even if it is someone that you genuinely hit it off with, it always starts awkward. And if you are on a blind date, you are always sitting there hoping that no one else, including the person you met, is noticing that you are awkward and nervous. Like, you're trying so hard to, like, mask all of that.
Yeah, to be confident, but not overly confident, because then you're obviously hiding something, right?
And so then you add to that level of then going out with your friends on this blind date. So your friends are your friends who know you are watching you as you are feeling awkward and nervous and uncomfortable. And they're watching you flail. Know you. The other big thing is you can't bail. Like, everyone knows that if you're on a regular blind date, you can always SOS a friend who will call you with some sort of emergency. And guys, don't even pretend you don't know that happens. Be more interesting and we won't have to SOS our friends. Okay?
Right.
And probably same with girls too. Yeah. Be more interesting, be cooler, and we won't SOS our friends. So, or you can pretend that, like, oh, I forgot I scheduled something and I have to go. And so you can run. Right. But if you're on a group blind date with the people who you would SOS, or you can be like, oh, I have to go. They can be like, no, you don't.
I was literally thinking that. I was literally thinking that as you were talking about that. I was like, that is my biggest nightmare. Is that I would try to very subtly say, oh, I have this thing. And they'd be like, no, you don't. And I would just be like, because you're already, like, hating everything. Yeah. And then you've been called out for wanting to leave.
So I went to a small college, and the girls on my dorm floor insisted we do group blind dates. And so they made me do 2. And they were so awful and awkward, and, like, I still have nightmares with the faces of the people that were, like, on the date with me, or, like, floating in front of my face, like, laughing at me because I'm like, oh, it's so awkward. So my garbage is group blind dates, and now I need to go to therapy. It's brought up all the feelings again.
Group therapy, I hope, please.
No. Very few things should be done in a group, okay? Not group therapy. I mean, sometimes group therapy. But I feel like my take was pretty, like, awful.
All right, that is bad. Mine's worse, though. Okay. So
yours is not worse. Nothing could
it is be worse. Yeah. My garbage first date is literally anything athletic. Anything.
Yeah.
Anything athletic. That includes things, but not limited to, batting cages, mini golf, bowling, laser tag, rock climbing, ping pong, archery, tennis, horseback riding, skating, kayaking, fishing. None of those things. They're all garbage. Especially go-karts, because, like, I tend to be a little bit competitive, especially when it comes to go-karts. And so while go-karts are not actually athletic, they can be a little bit cutthroat. And there's a good chance, me personally, if I am doing go-karts, that I'll get kicked out, because it has happened on more than one occasion.
I was going to say, like, I could do, like, laser tag or go-karts. Like, those are fun. Mini golf, that's not terrible.
No, it's all terrible. I'm going to tell you why. Other than the fact that I personally have zero athletic ability, I know it's very shocking to all of you who know me, and so I'm biased about that. Here's the thing that is garbage about athletic first dates, is inevitably one of you is, like, waiting while the other one takes their turn. So there's, like, this awkward balance between talking while they're busy and then waiting for them not to be busy, and then they're trying to make small talk with you, but you're, like, putting or whatever. Or, like, in laser tag, like, you're not even going to talk to... Laser tag is fun. Laser tag is so fun. Yeah. But it's not a great first date. You're not even going to be by each other.
What would be great on a first date is to be on laser tag and on opposite teams, so you can shoot each other. That might tell you a lot about how I feel about this topic.
I'm so angry that we're even on this date together at all. I want to shoot you.
I want to shoot you.
Yeah. I'm not against these as general date ideas down the line. I do love laser tag with friends. Again, I feel like that's more deep end Lisa level, where things are a little less polished and more of the real me comes out. And you can't have the real you on a first date. Like, not really. At least for me, I can't. I can't have all this out on a first... Oh, my God. No, I can't even make friends with, like, all me. It's, like, in stages. It's like you get...
That is
like,
true.
You gotta peel back layers. And I'm like, oh, they can handle this level. Well, let's see how they do with this. And then, like, eventually you get the whole thing. And it's not quite as scary. It's like putting a frog in water and slowly, like, turning up to boiling. Yeah, it's that same idea with me as a human in a relationship, friendship, or otherwise.
We're going dark tonight. I don't know what's happening to us, but... Your example was boiling a frog. I don't know.
Familiar with that example as a thing. You don't have to boil the frog to death. I'm just saying.
Just boil it a little bit.
Just like it's in a little hot tub.
Little boil's not bad for a frog.
All right. You get what I'm saying. You gotta acclimate. You gotta work up to the full experience of a person on a first date. At least that's how I am. I don't know. I have a lot of me out there. So you just really can't have a good conversation flow during something athletic. You can have banter, to be sure, but to know them, even on the surface, isn't really happening in a sports athletic situation. So if you're like me and you lack athleticism, you're also going to be super nervous the entire time, and that's not going to go well. The other thing that could happen is they could be super unathletic, and then you're just going to be cringing the whole time about how bad they are. And that's also, it's just a mess. It's top to bottom a mess. So my garbage, first dates, anything athletic. Lindsey, you said your garbage of group first dates, which is terrible, and then my garbage, which was anything athletic. So
I believe mine is group blind dates.
Group blind dates. That is
just wanted to make sure.
Whole other level of awful. Yes, okay. Do you have a gold first date option? I'm a little bit afraid to ask.
I do have a gold first date option.
Good. Okay.
My gold first date, and this does lump me in with the research, is a coffee date.
Okay, yeah.
So there are several reasons why I think a coffee date is the best first date.
Okay.
One, I personally love coffee, and I love a coffee shop. And I think coffee shops can be cozy and low-key, and people are usually focused on their own stuff unless it is me in the coffee shop, and then I am totally creeping on your date and trying to figure out if you're going on a second one. And legit, that happens to me every time. I sat in Starbucks and tried to work for 3 hours on a Saturday afternoon once and saw 4 dates. And I was like, I can't get any work done because this is fascinating. And
it is super fascinating.
Don't talk loud on a first date at a coffee shop.
I'm going to watch you.
I'm going to turn down my 90s grunge playlist.
Which lost.
In my ears. Hey-o. And I'm going to listen in and try to figure out if you're going to get a second date. It's very exciting. Also, a coffee shop doesn't require you to sit and wait for an order for longer than 5 minutes. Yes. So you ladies in your 20s who think you want to go to dinner, you don't want to go to dinner because if you're at dinner, you might be waiting for your order and you will run out of things to talk about or figure out that they're not a great conversationalist or that you don't really like them and they are super full of themselves. And so
you can't bail.
No, you
can't.
You're
mid-meal. Oh,
yeah. God, and so a coffee shop means you get your drink quicker and you can get to the conversation quicker and therefore know if you have to have a friend pretend to be a medical emergency quicker. Yeah. It is a win-win-win.
Totally. And I also think as someone, again, who is terribly awkward in life and just hates any sort of social situation, what I like about a coffee shop is that you have something to hold. I have something to do with my hands. I can hold the cup with my hands. That's really nice. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, another reason why a coffee shop is the best is it is public. I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be. You could go to a coffee date at someone's house. I mean, you do you,
probably
no judgment.
Not, please, I am a little bit. Please don't do that.
But a coffee date implies that you're going to meet at a place. And ladies and gentlemen, let's be honest, while it is 2019 and we are becoming more and more aware of how rarely we feel safe out in public, we still want to meet new people or new-ish people at a public place with lots of people around. It's just safer. Next up, another reason a coffee shop is a great place to have a first date is that sometimes if the date is a dud, the baristas are cool. Especially if you go to an independent place. So maybe you're you are terrible, but you can chat with the barista while they're making your drink.
Sure,
and
okay.
last, and probably the biggest point, is that you can tell a lot about people by what kind of coffee they order.
I was so afraid you were going to say this, because this is why I would hate to go on a coffee date for my first date, because I'm so high maintenance. Please continue.
Yes, it is a built-in personality test. I met some friends for coffee, and I ordered and came and sat down, and this guy was like, "Did you get a basic white girl drink?" And I was like, "What does that mean?" And he was like, "Did it have blah, blah, blah?" I'm like, "No, I got a flat white." And he goes, "Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool."
So you are cool.
Thank you.
What is your, this is, again, a very good way for our listeners to get to know us better. what is your Starbucks drink of choice? I know you're dairy free right now. So if you could have dairy right now, what is your drink of choice?
My drink of choice. It depends on where I am and what establishment I'm in. I do really love an iced caramel macchiato. I do love a flat white, though, if I'm being like serious about beverages and coffee. And then if I'm in a new place that I'm like, I'm unsure, a caramel latte never fails. Like, it's just like a solid. What about you, Lisa?
Yeah, okay. So my cold drink of choice is a Trenta black iced tea, no water, no sweetener, light ice. I also appreciate, if I'm going to order a hot drink, it alternates between a couple of things. I get a triple shot white mocha, which is like the most basic version. So if someone is going to buy a drink for me, they're like, oh, I'm at Starbucks, do you want anything? Like, I'll get a triple white mocha because it's very straightforward. If I am there, I will get a grande latte, almond milk, 2 pumps vanilla, 2 pumps cinnamon, dolce, no whip. So, like, when you look at the cup, what it looks like like there's 17 markings on it. Yeah, I usually do 3 or 4 shots of espresso minimum with mine also. So it's a lot. It's a lot to handle for my order.
So some of the basic orders that you can probably start to judge people on is if they order a black coffee, they're a minimalist. They like things simple. If they order a flat white, they're usually pretty cool. Obviously. But no, it is like a very hipstery kind of drink. Like a very I know coffee, I drink flat whites.
Yeah, flat whites.
A latte, you probably like things that are comfortable, like you're probably sweet. A frappuccino, you don't make healthy life choices. Yeah. You really don't.
It's and then basically a coffee milkshake,
Yeah, and then anything that includes words like upside down or that states like your preferred temperature in degrees. Like, I want mine to be 162 degrees. You're high maintenance, and no one wants to do that.
I am so relieved I am not in that category. That is amazing.
I was trying to be nice to you, because I have been with you when you ordered coffee before.
I always order my own that way. I never, if someone else is ordering it for me, I would never ask them to do this crazy 2-pump whatever business. I never would. I
think probably I would lump into that high maintenance category if you're asking for a certain number of pumps of a certain thing. I'm just going to get a caramel latte. You put in as many pumps as you feel is necessary for my happiness.
No, I can't. Nope. I like to say how many.
That's fine. You can. You're just high maintenance.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong.
All right. Yeah. So that is my gold, Lisa. Yeah. What is yours?
Yeah. Okay. My first date gold. Like I said before, I'm not athletic. I am an unabashed nerd. So you may be able to guess where I'm going with this. I also feel like this is very on brand for who we are, that you chose a coffee shop and that I am choosing for my gold first date an arcade bar. Like a video arcade bar.
That gives me nervous sweats just like thinking about it now.
Really? Oh, no, it's super fun. Okay, there's video games and booze, snacks, no meal. You can peace out whenever you need to without feeling weird. It's perfect. Like you said before, with having a sit-down meal, sometimes it's like, oh, I have to wait for this to come. Like, if you're at a bar, it's very low-key, and it's like, oh, we're going to have a little bit of snacky or whatever, and you can just kind of go whenever. Like, at a coffee shop, you also have that ability just to, like, peace out as you need to. Video games imbue a sense of nostalgia that make us want to tell more about ourselves. Like, oh man, I remember playing this when I was growing up, or my brothers used to tell me I was playing, but my controller wasn't plugged in, or whatever. Opening the conversation to further questions like, oh, where did you grow up? Or how many brothers did you have? Whatever. So that nostalgia is wrapped in there to help open you up to share a little bit more about yourself in a very, like, natural conversational way. Also, the booze is nice because it mellows everybody out as long as you're okay with booze. And the good thing is, though, if you're at an arcade bar, you don't have to get, alcoholic drink if you don't want to or whatever, because there's snacks and bar food, and you can just get a drink at the bar of, like, whatever, and it's super low-key, and it's inclusive, and it's comfortable. It's usually pretty cheap, and very casual as well, which takes down that tension a few notches. I personally had the blessed opportunity to go to the Up Down arcade bar in Des Moines last year, and it was everything I dreamed of. It was like a Lisa dreamscape. It was so great. This is from their website. This is how the Up Down in Des Moines describes themselves. Features more than 40 arcade games from the 80s and 90s, pinball machines, 3 classic skee-ball alleys, Nintendo and Sega console gaming, life-size Jenga, and Connect 4. All games cost just 25 cents. They have an extensive craft beer selection and 80s and 90s inspired cocktails. Like, how fun is that?
Do you think we could get them to sponsor us?
Yes, absolutely. Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they want to?
And then we could, like, go and hang out there?
Yeah. See? This is a fun thing to do. It's
not a fun thing to do.
It is super
but I just want to sponsor.
They also had this giant screen dedicated to Nintendo 64 Mario Kart, which was amazing. And then that allows you to play with more than 2 people, should you choose to do so, which, very similar to you, I like that we're on the same wavelength here, got me thinking you can really tell a lot about a person based on who they choose as their Mario Kart character. So, I myself am most familiar and most skilled at Mario Kart Double Dash on the GameCube, though I know my way around the N64, Wii, and Switch versions as well, obviously. So, Lindsey, do you have a default character in Mario
I hate
Kart?
You so much.
And I will tell you what it says about you.
Do I have a default? I think when I was younger and I was playing with my little brother,
Okay.
I was always the princess because it was annoying to him.
By the way, I should add a disclaimer. I made all of this up based on my own knowledge of Mario Kart and the Nintendo universe, but it's obviously still very valid and academic, but I did not find this anywhere. I just made it up. Okay, so the princess, whose name you don't know, don't think I didn't notice that, because I obviously did. Just calling her the princess, you're not going to get away with that. Princess Peach. Because there's also Princess Daisy, and I assume you're referring to Princess Peach, because you probably don't even know who Daisy is. I can't.
Lisa,
okay, I can't.
You cannot video game shame me.
I
read
am!
Books. I read books.
I do too!
And listen to music
books.
and watch
too.
movies. I don't
too.
play video games. It's not a thing I do.
I'm getting really shrill. Okay. Here's Princess Peach.
We all know.
Here's Princess Peach. You'll love this. Oh my god. I don't even want to read this to you because you're going to be so mad at me.
Good, because I'm having such a great time anyway with this episode. Please, just video game shame me.
Okay. Princess Peach. The person who selects Princess Peach is attention-seeking and more than a little needy.
What? Stop. No. This is not valid. This is not academic. This is you being...
There's more! There's more!
This is you being a jerk and a bully is what you are doing to me.
I'm so glad you picked Peach. You could not have picked a more perfect one.
I hate you so much. I hate you so much.
Okay, here's the rest of Peach. If you keep them happy, you'll be happy, but that responsibility is on you.
And you have not kept me happy at all in this episode. And you will pay for that. You already are, because you're having to listen to this. I'd like to apologize to the listeners, because... And also, does this help me secure votes because you are bullying me?
Oh my god, I can't breathe. It's so good.
You are bullying me during your golds, and that, like,
as soon as you said Princess Peach, I was just like, oh my god, this is perfect.
I think if you check the transcript, I did not say Princess Peach. I just said Princess because I don't care enough to know what color she is. Okay?
It's not her color, it's her name, Lindsey.
Oh, please. She wears a peach-colored dress.
It's pink. She wears pink.
No. Okay,
Lindsey,
she probably does.
You could just do a quick Goog and know that I'm right. You're gonna come at me about what color dress she wears. Are you
Look
serious?
at the bullying. Look at the bullying. I will take sympathy votes, people. I will take a sympathy vote.
So now that we know what it means if your person picks Princess Peach, here are the other options. If they choose Mario is a classic choice, typically chosen by someone who has no idea how to play Mario Kart, they pick him because they assume he's the most well-rounded player. That person is a little bit afraid to take risks and prefers to play it safe. They're nice enough, though. Luigi, definitely not the firstborn child in their family system. A person who chooses Luigi will put your needs first to make you happy, even at their own expense. They're also a little weird, but in a cute way. People who pick Toad... People who pick Toad.
What, Lisa? What?
Your face is so angry. You have such angry face. People...
Cole, can you make a drawing of that, of Lisa bullying me and me almost in tears because
Oh
of
my
the
God.
of the
You are
hurt
not.
it is causing.
You are not.
I'm just saying.
I'm in tears because I'm laughing so hard. Oh my gosh. Okay.
You're the meanest person. You're the meanest person I've ever done a podcast with.
I'm so honored. People who choose Toad, always willing to help and be a part of the team. Flies under the radar most of the time, but will start poking at you if they aren't getting enough adoration or attention. Bowser, people who pick Bowser, they're doing it as a power move. Bowser and anyone who chooses him strives on maintaining control of every situation possible. Their motives aren't always bad, but you should probably keep an eye out anyway.
Why would you choose Bowser? He accelerates more slowly than the lighter characters because he's a big character. You would choose Bowser if you wanted to win.
You want to choose Bowser if you were a skilled driver, though, because he's a heavy cart and he can push other ones out of the way. And he has a higher top speed. He has lower acceleration, but higher top speed.
Nerd alert. Well, actually, according to my research,
it's true. It's according to anybody who's ever played Mario Kart. You know the heavies have a higher top speed, so you have to be more skilled. They're called heavies. There's light, medium, and heavy. That's how it is.
I hate so much about this right now. Like,
I just love how uncomfortable this is making you. I just love it. I can feel it. And I love it.
Yoshi is another classic choice.
Yoshi is my other choice.
Yep.
If I don't do the princess.
Yep. Okay. This is perfect because it's often chosen by someone who has no idea how to play, and because they're trying to be subtle and recognize the dinosaur. I think it will be cute to see him play. The person who picks Yoshi just wants to make sure you're happy.
Okay, that's not even true. I debunk this whole system with that. I never want to see you happy, Lisa. Ever.
Well, not me.
Okay, the person who chooses Wario, flat out do not trust someone who picks Wario. Wario is the alter ego to Mario, and he's bad news. So just close your bar tab and go home. You don't want to be with someone who chooses Wario, okay? Donkey Kong, the person who knows how to party picks Donkey Kong. They aren't looking for anything serious, but they are so fun for right now that you kind of hope that it will turn into something more. It won't, because you can't change a leopard's spots, Lindsay, or in this case, a gorilla's tie.
I'm sorry. I stopped listening. I'm checking my email.
Oh my god, okay. Woo, so good. A video game arcade is a gold way to get to know someone on a first date because it is low risk, high fun, and lots of silliness. All things I personally adore and highly recommend.
So to recap our gold choices, there is me, the normal person, who picks meeting someone for coffee or a beverage of your choice at a coffee shop, and you pick the incredibly niche market of arcade bars. Notice that Lisa picked a place that neither one of us live anywhere close to as her gold. So,
but the idea of playing video games on a first date is really fun.
Now it is time for you, the listener, to go and cast your vote for the garbage options for first dates of group blind dates, which is mine. And Lisa's athletic dates are the garbage options. And your vote for our gold options, which are coffee shops and arcade bars. People, if I do not win this one, I don't even know what I will do.
Listen,
I might quit
bars are
podcasting.
so fun. You know what? I made a good argument for arcade bars. I feel confident. I'm good. I feel good.
You can vote for those options on our Instagram and Twitter accounts at GarbageGoldPod.
Make your voices heard. Help us to put out the fire for the bridge between us right now. Because Lindsay can make fun of my high-maintenance coffee order. I cannot make fun of her lack of video game knowledge, apparently, is what's happening here. So anyway, we'll share the poll results on our next episode. And while you're out there voting, please be sure to subscribe, rate, and review our podcast, and tell your friends, because we like making friends.
And we need to make new friends, apparently. If it is a bad review, you can just keep it to yourself, unless it is a bad review about how Lisa bullies me about not knowing about video games. Then feel free, write that on all the things.
As a super special incentive to any listeners who subscribe, rate, and review our podcast and show us that you have done that,
you are entered to win some exclusive and super rad garbage and gold swag. We'll be doing this contest now through March.
That's right. All you have to do is send us proof of your subscription, rate and review via DM on Twitter or Instagram, again, at GarbageGoldPod, or a screenshot to our email address, garbagegoldpod@gmail.com, and you're automatically entered to win some seriously cool merch.
Seriously, that's it. We're trying to get our podcast rolling, and we'd love your help, and your help is rewarded. So it's a win-win, you guys.
So join us next week when we deliberate the garbage and gold of Founding Fathers. I was trying to make it really dramatic. Did it work?
I just am thinking about how we went from this one to another topic that you don't like. Like right in a row. That's why I was laughing. Because it was like first dates and then something historical, which are both like not things that you give any cares about.
Right. And I don't seem to be winning the topics I do care about. So it's fine. I'm not mad about it. I'm not
Definitely
mad.
not bitter.
I'm
No,
not.
Totally not. Totally not. It'll be good.
I can't wait to hear the garbage and gold of Founding Fathers and drop all that history on y'all. So
It's super good. It'll
next
be
week-
super good. It'll be super good.
Founding Fathers.
Yay! So it'll be President's Week. So it'll be President's Day is that week. So it's
Timely.
Very yeah, it's very timely. It'll be good. So
Yeah.
all right. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time, guys. Bye.
Bye.